This is NCFE Music Technology Unit 7, and we're just having a look at being able to identify a range of different audio formats so that you can give examples of the way different audio formats are used. I've also got a page for you, and that's at www.dawsons.co.uk. How do how do MP3 and WAV files differ? So there's a page I suggest you have a look at, and here comes the video. So we're just going to have a quick look at the various audio formats that are out there and the ones that are available to us in Logic, and what's the relevance of each of them. That's just a general overview here. Okay, so I'm going to go into Logic, into bounce mode, and that means when you've finished your music and you want to do a bounce down to burn a CD or maybe upload it to SoundCloud, this is where you'll do that. And we're going to have a look at this first line here, PCM, where we've got WAV and AIF as the main two that we're going to be looking at. These are professional formats. They also have an option on the resolution. Just to explain it briefly, if it's like pixels or bricks in a wall, the more bricks you've got, the more pixels you've got, the more detail you get in your sound. It obviously is a lot more complicated than that, but for the purpose of explaining an overview, that's basically it. We also have a sample rate, again, how many snapshots are taken of the sound when it's being recorded. So obviously you can imagine the more snapshots, the higher the resolution, the higher clarity of sound. Whether your ears can hear that is another matter, of course. And we'll look also at something else as well. MP3 format you're probably familiar with. Most times it's going to be in stereo. We've got a lot more options on the sound quality, and you might wonder why that is. I guess the main thing would be if you're just doing something like a quick demo, you just want to listen back, you don't want high quality, or maybe for streaming off a website where you're going to slow the thing down if you have high quality. You might also notice when you listen to stuff on YouTube, if you know the original song and you play the YouTube video, perhaps you can notice there is a slight bit of compression, a loss of sound quality from the original. Having said that, if you buy stuff off iTunes or one of these download sites and listen to it on your player, maybe you've just got standard in-ear headphones, you may not notice the difference in the quality that you'd get between a professional format such as AIF or WAV and MP3. So what I'm going to do is do a quick test here. I've got just a very short beat. Here's a 16-bit WAV. Now I don't expect you to hear the difference for these speakers, but just it's something it's worth trying. Okay, this next one, despite what's written there, is actually a 24-bit WAV, so apparently higher resolution. Okay, I'm going to move on and go straight to 16-bit, so we're missing 24-bit AIF, 16-bit AIF file. Now I can hear something slightly quieter there. I don't know whether you can hear it for this not very good microphone I'm using. But let's go down to MP3s. 325 kbps, kilobytes per second, MP3. This is the high grade MP3. Now again, because of the speakers and the microphone, you may not hear that difference, but I bet you'll hear this. This is the lowest grade MP3 I can make on Logic. It's a 32 kilobytes per second MP3. Yeah, it's all messed up, isn't it? Okay, so you can see that there's a difference in the sound quality. And if you want your music to sound the best, professional, then you want to aim for as high grade audio as possible. However, if you have a CD, you might well be working in 24-bit, but that CD is only 16-bit. We'll leave out the talk about sampling frequencies, though that's relevant, because I just want to give you an overview so that you can actually just talk about it. Now, what I'm going to do here is look at the information I've got on each of these files. My 8-bit WAV, can't remember if I played that to you, is 1.3 megabytes. My 16-bit WAV is 2.7 megabytes. My 24-bit AIF is 4 megabytes. 24-bit WAV, 4 megabytes. 32 kilobytes per second MP3. Sorry, the filing's a little bit messy. Is 64 kilobytes. Very small. Whereas the high grade MP3, 607 kilobytes. It's bigger, but you can see compared to our 24-bit AIF, instead of being 607 kilobytes, we've got 4 megabytes. So that's huge in comparison. So hopefully that gives you an overview of the various audio formats. But let's just have another quick look at Logic again when we go File, Bounce. So I'm going to choose a section. This page here also has a normalize option, and you can see there's overload protection only, where it will just do its work when something goes a bit too high in level, or you can just have it normalize on so that it's going to be normalizing the whole thing immediately as the job is done. We're going to leave out the other formats. It's just these two. So, uses for them. As I just said, high quality audio. If you want to take it to be mastered, to be released, you've got to use one of these formats here. Yeah, don't take an MP3 to go and be mastered. Though it's possible, of course. It's you're not doing yourself a service because you're starting off with not such a good sound. If you upload your stuff and it goes to iTunes or whatever, sure, people are going to end up just downloading an MP3 or an MPEG 4, but it's not going to be the original quality that you loaded. So there is a depreciation of a loss of sound quality, should I say. However, I think I mentioned before, if you've got a website or you want people to stream your stuff very quickly, there's no point giving them a high resolution thing. It's going to slow stuff down. So you can choose what you use, but the main thing is to have an awareness that there is different audio formats, and the sound quality is negotiable, how much you're losing, until you get right down the bottom. Then you realize, oh yes, there is a difference. Okay, so hopefully that was a useful little video.